All right, Build-A-Bear, it's time we have a talk. I'm not happy. I love Build-A-Bear. I used to beg my parents to take me to Build-A-Bear since I was very young. And I love Sanrio, and as I've gotten older, I've realized that I still really love these things, even though I'm probably a bit too old, to be honest. I have the OG Hello Kitty Build-A-Bear that came out like over 10 plus years ago. I just don't have her with me. And recently, of course, there is a cinema roll one, which is super cute, and I also don't have him here with me. This video is just really bad. I live in Mexico, okay, and sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm there, so my two little other Sanrio ones are not here with me, but they are present here in here. In the beginning of the year 2023, we of course had the cinema roll launch. I was here, you know, where I'm living right now, so I was able to actually go into the store and get it as soon as it was available in stores, which wasn't easy, by the way. I should say it was chaotic, and I'm not too happy. But it goes to show that even though Build-A-Bear is targeted mainly for kids, when I went into the store, there were mainly grown-ass women, I mean also some dudes, but mainly women, who were so happy about the cinema roll bear, and they were buying like 2 at a time because that was the limit. But anyways, this is me saying Build-A-Bear. There are some of us out there that are probably not really in your mind when you're thinking about making stuffed animals. Like, we're not children, but we still really love these things, okay? And our opinion matters, you know, it's somewhat valuable. I'm not being convincing, I know. All this to say, I was extremely happy with the cinema roll one. I don't have him with me because I'm not in my usual home. I'll show photos, but I thought that he was designed very, very well, even though there are some differences between like the cartoon design and the Build-A-Bear design, you know, because they have to make it in a way where they are able to fit most of the clothing that they make at Build-A-Bear is able to fit cinema roll. But regardless of that, he's very cute, super well made. There were a lot of small details that I thought were very worth it. You know, he was 32 bucks, which to someone like me who's very frugal, spending 32 bucks, it hurts. But he was very much worth it just because of how well thought out he was. My favorite Sanrio character is Kuromi, and I was ecstatic when I heard the rumors that they were trying to make a Kuromi Build-A-Bear. I missed the original launch, the online launch, because of course people are gonna buy it and it's gonna sell out in like 2 hours. So I didn't get it, but I was just waiting and, you know, listening to the rumors that it was gonna come out on the 29th of this month, which happens to be yesterday. So girl, I was there at like 10 something. Like, it had barely opened and there was a line. There were a lot of women and some men, some kids, mainly women, who were very excited and very happy for the Kuromi launch. And here she is. Girl, I have her finally. I didn't think I would have her this quickly. I know there were rumors that she was going to come out in like November of this month, so for her to be here with me in June is pretty freaking great. With that being said, my expectations were kind of high because they know that Build-A-Bear can make amazing quality bears that are very much worth the money, and I saw that with the cinema roll one. So when I got her, not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed. I'll start off with the positive. First of all, I am glad that Build-A-Bear, obviously they want to make money, so if they see that they have a lot of success with Sanrio characters, they're going to continue to make them. You know, this isn't something that's new. They've been making Sanrio characters for many years now. I have a Hello Kitty that I got probably when I was like 10 years old, so that was probably like 40 years ago. But anyways, so I'm glad that they're listening and that they decided to make Kuromi, which is a very popular character, so obviously she was going to sell very well. To her build is actually pretty great. I'm gonna get some photos or like better videos because honestly you're not going to be able to see her too well, but she's the average standard size of every other Build-A-Bear. Her body is also like any other Build-A-Bear, so you're able to pretty much adjust her however you want, so that's a plus. And they really also went in on the overall details, something that I loved about Cinnamoroll is the fact that his tail is actually like a little bun. It's curled. It's so cute. And they did the same thing with her tail. So she actually has her little demon tail, which is very cute. She has her jester hat. So you know, she has a little skull. So that's great. Oh, and something that I also think that just makes it look a bit more it gives it a bit more of a quality for collectors is this. I love this little paw. I love that they have the name of the bear on the foot. I think that this is great. This is just great for collectors. It's very cute. If you try to like sit her down like this, she's very cute. The Cinnamoroll one has it too. So this is a great little detail. Please continue to do this. And now I have some complaints. Really, my complaints are all here in this area. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the one that I noticed not right away, but that it was definitely going to be an issue, is little like bells. I guess these are supposed to be bells for her hat. Obviously they're not going to be real bells, so they're just going to have to make it out of fabric. But these, the ones that they put on to the bear, is gonna get they're gonna get messed up really quickly. So basically what they did is they made little balls of felt, but they're not hemmed in any sort of way, so they are just cut, and they were connected to the rest of her little neck piece. But like I said, none of this is hemmed, and so when I saw that, I was like, because with anything that's not hemmed, it runs the potential of running, of tearing, and overall just getting really bad really quickly. So as I was looking at this, and I wasn't really pulling with any force because obviously I don't want to hurt her, but as I was starting to take a closer look into the details, I noticed that this little circle is already starting to run. Like I said, I'll post photos or something, but it already has a little like jagged part where it's like starting to run. And so if you are a child and you are playing with this is going to be the first part. I can assure you, this is going to be the first part that is going to tear, that is going to get damaged, that is going to cause your bear to not be intact anymore. Personally, I think what they should have done is actually create like a little round ball fabric, and to connect it and sew it. Because I get that hemming a little square is not going to be too easy, but this is definitely not only is it cheap, and not only is it going to tear and wear down quickly, but it also looks really cheap. I am going to look up some photos of other Kuromi official Sanrio merch, because I want to see how they did it and how it could have been done better. Because this is not great. Okay, looks cheap, it is cheap, and like I said, if you're a child, this is the first thing that's gonna get ruined. Now, if you're a collector, I think the only part that is concerning about this is the fact that it does look cheap. But if you're not really going to be playing with her, interacting with her, this part is probably not going to get damaged. Personally, I actually do like to sleep with my stuffies, so there's a lot of danger to this. The second part, and this is the part that the first thing that I noticed about her, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be rude, is the face. So you can see up close, she has her wrinkles. So this is because of the fabric. I am pretty sure that this part of her face is has a double layer, because I asked for her to be extra fluffy. I love my stuffed animals to be very fluffy and very big, very bulky. One, because like I said, I have Build-A-Bears from like 10 plus years ago and they are still in very good shape, so I want them to be extra fluffy so that they could last 10 plus years. So this isn't an issue of overstuffing, of understuffing. This is just the way that it was made. I'm pretty sure, like I said, it is double fabric, so you're gonna have the part of the fabric that is touching the stuffing, and then you're gonna have this part that is not. That is very noticeable. Like I said, when the worker handed her to me, she was like, "Is that okay?" And I was like, "It's great. It's great." Like I said, it's not the worker's fault. It's not a problem with the stuffing. It's definitely a problem with just the way that this was made, the way that this was cut. And I get that her face is a very round, almost like a like a football. The thing is, they have done this face shape many times. Bolivar is not, this isn't something that's unfamiliar territory to them. They have done this shape many times. And so the fact that they couldn't get this part right, to me, is very strange. And at first I thought maybe it's just mine, a problem with mine. But I took a video of when I was picking her out, and I saw the display one, the same issue. There was also an issue with the wrinkles. So yeah, this, once again, it's very noticeable and I really don't like it. And if you guys have any ideas as to how I can, you know, try to like touch her up a bit, you know, maybe a little bit of Botox here and there, so that this isn't so noticeable, please let me know, because this is really, I think, the biggest thing for me that I am not happy about. Second thing, what is this? What is this? So you look at her face and you can see it's very round, you know? Very cute, very round, almost flat from this part high. Whereas here, it's triangle. It's straight up triangle. What is this? So the difference between the front is the fact that you can see this is just one piece of round fabric. So the way that they were able to actually round it out is here at the top, you have a little bit of stitching. So pretty much they make a cut, they then sew it together so that it makes a rounder shape. And that's great. It's great, you know, they know how to do this. So why didn't they do the same with the back part? As you can see, they took two pieces of fabric, cut them in the middle so that they're able to attach them and make a round shape. But it's not round, it's very triangular. And I'm sorry, but her face, I mean, her head is pretty deformed. And it's to the point where I can do this. I can just straight up grab her by the triangle. Like, hello? To me, the back part of her head was just very poorly planned out. I feel once again that this was maybe targeted towards people who were just gonna have her in a shelf. And obviously if you're looking at her in a shelf, you're not gonna see this part, but you are gonna see this part, so. And possibly the last part I'm gonna talk about is her face. Now, her face is very cute and very accurate to the cartoon design. So, you know, that's great. But there are some things that could have been done a bit better in my opinion. So I will say her nose is very cute. I actually had to look up what this type of nose is called. It's called a flocking material button nose thing, I think. So basically it kind of looks like velvet. With mine, her nose is crooked. I'm gonna take another photo so that you can see, but even here you can see that her nose is crooked. My nose is crooked too, girl. That's not much of an issue. But I do like the feel. It's very velvety and it looks very nice. You know, it's one of those little details that just make it look like official merch and not just something that you get that's like, you know, very much pirated merch. So this is a nice little detail. But the eyes, but Cinema Roll's eyes are a very nice blue color and they're shiny, they're plastic. So these are the types that I would personally use to, you know, to make amigurumis or to make stuffed animals, because I crochet, which is great. And it seems very safe because remember, these are targeted towards children most of the time. So they are very safe. I have been able to really get into, you know, to try to see just how safe it is, you know, because you don't want a child to choke on this stuff, right? And the way that it's attached, it's very safe and it just makes it look a lot better. You know, shiny eyes are always very cute and they're always going to give it that extra detail. The fact that they didn't do that with Kuromi, to me, is very sad. Even if they couldn't do it in this particular shape, if they couldn't attach plastic eyes, what I would have done is vinyl. I actually have a Kuromi pajama set where the eyes are shiny because they are block vinyl and they are very secure. Once again, it's not a choking hazard. It's not something that's gonna get damaged quickly. I have already washed my Kuromi pajamas in the washer, which probably wasn't a good idea, but the eyes are intact. The eyes are great. Even the nose in my pajamas are like a shiny pink vinyl material, which is very cute. Honestly, I prefer this. I feel like this is better, but it's really just the eyes are not great. It's just this what kind of material is this? I should have done more research. But yeah, it's just like any other fabric. It's not shiny, it's really not cute, and they could have done so much better. I do believe that the vinyl would have been an extra touch and it would have just made her feel all the more luxurious. So overall, she was also $32, Is she worth it? Of course. I think that she definitely is. $32. I believe the more expensive Build-A-Bears are at that price range. I believe they're usually not really over $32 unless they have like custom details, or unless they are like a very specifically designed for a specific purpose. But $32 is, I think, a good deal. If you guys usually buy Sanrio official merch, you guys will know that it's very expensive. So $32 for a bear that's this size is pretty good. And once again, just thought out, a lot of really cute details, but they could have done better. And maybe it's just because I was very blown away with the Cinnamoroll one. I have no complaints about Cinnamoroll. He is cute, he is great, I love him. But I do have, you know, there are things that could have been done better. So overall, I give my girl a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but you know, there are just some people, like, I'm 24 now. Am I really gonna stop supporting Build-A-Bear at this point? No, of course not. I guess the last thing that I would say to Build-A-Bear, if they're watching, is to remember that you have a lot of adult fans who are very, very interested in this line of Sanrio bears. Personally, I would love a Kuromi Build-A-Bear, which I know that they have done, and I actually saw a girl in line who was getting her stuffed. I'm guessing she bought hers on eBay from like somebody who had it in their garage. But yeah, I hope that they are able to bring out even more Sanrio characters, but just designed better. I really do feel like they could have done so much more for Kuromi, and she just would have been, you know, greater. I'm interested in what you guys think. If you guys disagree with what I have to say, or if you guys feel like there are even more details that we or that they missed that could have been done a lot better. Also, what do you guys want? Like, what do you guys want for their second Sanrio release? I want Kuromi. I love Kuromi. Also, My Melody. Wouldn't it just be the cutest thing if they come out with a My Melody so she could be like with her girlfriend? Now, something that you guys are probably saying is, Ren, what about the sleeper? Why didn't you get her the sleeper? I crochet, so personally, even though the sleeper is very cute, and I do think that they did a really great job with the way that it was designed, I crochet, and I like to, I'm a very DIY type of person, so I will definitely crochet her a couple of outfits. If you guys are interested in me showing you some of the outfits that I make, or maybe even a tutorial, let me know, because I'm running out of ideas. Why did I throw her? I immediately feel bad for that.